people didn't get what we just talked about, but that's okay. Okay, this time I'm going to go over to, okay, I'm going to share my screen. And this time I'm going to show you my email. You guys just get to go see my private email. Okay, so here we go. We're in my email. And I've been trying to follow up with that Emma girl, right? That you saw me in Messenger. And she was ghosting. So I went and tried to look up because she has bought from me before, or I wouldn't be following up with her. Okay. So, unless she's like you guys, brand new, whatever. So, but I'm 2 years later. So here I am. She hasn't bought from me since July of 2024. So when I reached out to her, I was like, it's probably new for a refresh. We have this new line, whatever. So I typed her name in. I want you to learn this, that you can do this on your email. Did you guys notice that? I can search my email for Emma and I can see her whole order. I can also search my mail for Serafina and find every single person that ordered Serafina or call-ins or whatever. And I can go follow up. So if there's a piece of jewelry that comes out that looks like the Rin earrings, I can go search for everyone who bought Rin in my email. It's almost easier. There's another way to do it, but it's almost easier to do it this way. And then I can go follow up with them and say, hey, there's a new pearl that you're going to love, whatever. You guys will learn the jewelry as you go. Okay. So here's what she ordered: the wishbone earrings, the crepe earrings. We don't have Margarita or Linden anymore, Rin and McKenna. So this girl clearly likes a smaller earring, a classic look, whatever. So I messaged her today, and who knows if it'll go anywhere or not, but I did finally get ahead because I made it personal, right? And she said, you know what, I'm not much of a joiner. I don't do the commenting on the page and stuff like that, but sure, if it's in Facebook, go ahead and add me. So then I sent her the picture of what she bought from me last summer and said it's time for a refresh. And I said, hey, we're not on friends on Facebook, so I had trouble letting you in. So you'll have to go click this and get yourself in, and someone will give you permission because it's a private group. We have to explain that to people. And then I said, check out the princess necklace. I'm selling it like crazy. And I told her to make sure she checked out the Brielle earrings because they're like a big wishbone. And maybe she's ready to get a little crazy or something. But that is follow up, and it works. Okay. And it's not just for sales. It really is in thoughts of them. Like, what did she order? What does she like? And how can I serve her best with what she likes? Okay. So there's other ways of following up. Let me share the back office really quick. You guys need to spend time in here. So, okay. We go to sign. You just go to parklanejewelry.com login or something like that. If you put that in Google, you're going to get to the Park Lane Jewelry website. I'm going to sign in as myself here. Okay, let's say that, okay, this week when that yellow bracelet came out, I was like, who else has bought yellow before? And I was trying to think about the yellow bracelets that have come out before. Okay. And you guys aren't here yet, but I just want you to know, I can go look at a jewelry usage tool and see everyone who's bought yellow before. And then I can go say, hey, you've got to see this new bracelet. Even they are so appreciative of it when you do that. Okay. But it's really hard to remember everyone who likes yellow just off the top of your head. But let me think what else I was going to say about following up. Okay, you can go. Okay, this is our dashboard. This is where I sign into. You guys probably see this when you sign in. You can change that if you want. And if you want to, I'm happy to tell you how to change it. This is good too. This is our major news here, the stuff that comes out on that Thursday, the July Style Boss news. This is like how to get to Amsterdam, all the new jewelry. Let's see the Timeless Romance collection. This hat is amazing. I probably need to do that as a giveaway at some point. If you become a branch director, you're going to get this cute little keychain and be part of the CEO meeting with Scott. You know, anyway, so that's our business. So it's fine to start here, but I like to start with my business, which is the dashboard. Let me think. Returns. This is kind of gifted information. So why don't we do this like on the fourth one? Shallon was asking about returns today. What I will share now is if you get something broken, please don't keep it. Email cs@parklanejewelry.com immediately and say, this came to me broken. Most of the time, they'll send you a new one with a self-addressed envelope immediately. If it's within 30 days, okay, then no questions asked, they're going to return it. It's piece by piece. So let's say your buttercream came broken, then you're going to go, you submit what's called an RMA. But anyway, it's just a different way of doing returns, and we will train you about that when you get there, okay? But just never keep broken jewelry. It's lifetime guaranteed. That's one of our things, okay? So, and then up to 120 days, you can do that. Okay, 30 days is money back, no questions asked. 120 days is trade piece by piece. And then after 120 days, still lifetime guaranteed. If that piece is no longer available, you can get a comparable piece, and you just pay a $10 restocking fee and a $9 shipping fee. So most of the time, if it's a pair of impression earrings, I'm just going to buy a new one, right? Because the money is about the same in it, and I get paid when I buy a piece of jewelry. Okay, so like I get my 30% or whatever back in commission. Okay, as you're learning how to reach out, right? So this is in help of Dusty too, because I know where she is. She's reaching out, and there's like 20 people sitting there with no answers. And it's like, oh my gosh, do they love me or not? These are the people I love. And let me tell you, I cannot tell you enough that there are people that my very best friend since high school has never bought a piece from me. I've given her a happy necklace. She broke the happy necklace. I gave her another one, and that's all she's ever had that's Park Lane. My very, very best friend. So just because they're your best friend, they may be like the last person to support you, and that's okay. Okay. You will find your jewelry besties. I promise. I mean, I've got so many jewelry besties right on this call. And so let me look. I'm going to look at this call really quick and see if there's anyone I knew before I started this business. I mean, the only person on this call that I knew before I started this business is my sister, Monica Minadio. And she's not showing her face. She's probably sweaty or something today. So anyway, that's the only person, but I would say there are a lot of women on this call that I would consider like close, like family. So that's how this business works, right? So we do business with the people that want to do business with us. And there are times that my feelings have been hurt. Like there's a lot of you that are close friends with each other. I know AJ and Angela and Shallon, all these people have lines that cross. It seems uncomfortable now. It works itself out in the long run. You start building your own business. I got senior division. My sister got to division. We live in the same town, and we are sisters. And so you will find a business outside of one another. You have different personalities, and you're going to attract different people in your business. So it works. I don't know anything else to say other than hold on, because it works. Okay. All right, we get into what's called Strangerville. That's why we say 5 parties in 5 weeks, because you get into Strangerville, which is no longer Strangerville. They're like family. Anyway, okay, let's see. If you know how to build a cart, will you drop in the chat? Let's drop in the chat either novice, like I'm not sure I know how to build a cart, average, or like like a boss. Okay. So novice, average, or a boss on if you know how to build a cart, because this is part of customer service that's really, really important. Okay. And like when you Amber, like boss. And if you I girls, I mean seriously, some of us get better at building the cart before we start making money. Like we are our best customers, right? For a while. And we're like, really, like the cart isn't a problem. I know how to save myself some money. But, you know, and it takes all of it. Okay. So part of customer service is knowing how to build a cart. You're, okay. So let me see the novice. Okay. I needed to know that, Cynthia, that you still feel like a novice, and Dusty feels like a novice. AJ, you're brand new. Anita's average. Okay. Okay, so I mean, here's what we're gonna do this week, okay? I know you guys are like, oh Lord. I know it's something else to do, but it's worth it, okay? We're gonna do a customer service text. Okay. I'm going to text each of you. So let me take a picture of who's on here. And I'm just going to act like a customer. When I text, I'm going to just act like I'm in your party and I'm a customer. Okay. I'm going to act totally clueless. Like I have zero clue about Park Lane business. And I'm not doing this to judge or anything. I'm doing this completely to train you. Okay. And I'm just going to say, hey, Anita, this jewelry's pretty, but my goodness, $200 for you know, for an impression bracelet, or that Mystique is awful pretty, but I can't believe it's over 100. And we're just gonna kind of talk about it, okay? Like I'm the customer. And then what I want you guys to do with me is try to push me to the wish list. Okay, that's number one. Like, I don't want you to look at prices. I can build an amazing magic math cart, whatever words you want to use. Okay. Trust me to help you save some money. What I want you to do is just give me 8 things you love. If they give you 8 things you love, you can normally figure out a cart, and you can also see their styles. So maybe they don't give you any $30 items, but you could say, sometimes guys, the reason I'm good at sales is I tell people what they need, and then they text me back and they're like, oh my God, you were so right. Like, how would I have done without those earrings? Because the thing is, a lot of times we don't want the lower price. I mean, I have customers, okay, my mom's friends are just like, Megan, I don't want to mess around. I want that blossom necklace, and I don't want to get it for 35. I just want to buy it for 100, whatever. And I'm going to let them do that if that's what they want to do. But it just makes you crazy, right? Because they could have gotten all this stuff free on the way, but you know, whatever. Sometimes you have to read your customers. Sometimes that's what it is for them, you know. But most of the time, if they can give you 8 items, I mean, I go back to the first time you learned about Park Lane. I remember being like, hello, bonus item. Like, I'm married to a banker. I would have never even crossed over a $200 item in a book and even thought about buying it. So when I learned I could get it for 35, I was like, yes, ma'am. And then I was going to fill up that cart, right? So you need to get them to that 8 item thing so they can at least just see what it looks like. Then you start working with them on money at that point. So you may have to say, okay, you're loving that Mystique necklace, and you're loving the Wilder bracelets, and you're loving the new Logan bangle. So all of us are like cha-ching, cha-ching, right? Because Wilder's in the 100 area, and Mystique is 120-ish or something, and Logan is like 170-ish or something. I don't know. So we're already like, oh my gosh, those are the 3 things she wants. What am I going to do? Okay. So we got to work her into, have you looked at the designer inspired Moana earrings? Those are only $28, right? They're gorgeous. I mean, I didn't think they were gorgeous when I started, but now when I wear them, elongate your face. This is where all the sales starts, right? So you got to sometimes just tell them, okay, you just need the whimsy earrings to go with this, and you need some wishbone earrings. And I mean, we're going to stick some of that in there and make you a silver cart to go with that Mystique and that Logan or whatever it is. Sometimes you have to get creative and do that too. So you're kind of helping get them into that, and then you're building that cart. So how do I do it? Guys, the second this new line came out, I was already guessing how much everything was going to be. And so in my head, I am immediately putting it into low priced items, mid priced items, and high items. Even if I like right now, I don't know if Logan's 170 or 130. I'm not even sure in my head. But I do know it's probably going to be a high priced item, right? So as people are telling me that, I'm already kind of in my head going, okay, that's a low, that's a medium. And I can almost talk back and forth and say, have you seen the Trudy necklace? Because that would go really well too, or whatever. Okay, so let me think. So we're going to do that this week. You're going to learn how to build a cart like a boss and then share the cart. So let me show you how to do that really quick. Do you want to see that really quick? And we're going to do that as homework, and then I'm going to give something away. Everyone who does it, I'm going to gift something from the new line. I don't know what it is yet, but I will. Okay. I've got something here. I know I do. Okay, so I'm going to give something away to everyone who actually does this with me this week. I know it's extra, but it'll help you feel a lot more confident in building and sharing carts so that when you get to your party, you're ready to help people, right? Because otherwise you're just like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Okay. All right. So let me show. We're going to go shopping together. This is our favorite. This is my favorite thing to do. Like, I could build and share carts all the dang day long, because I can't spend all the money, but I sure can spend the money for everybody else. So I love to build and share carts and save people money. I love it. I love to go, okay, tell me how much we have to spend, and I'm going to go spend it for you. Okay, so I go to orders, and then under orders, my parties are going to be listed. It's taking a second. So my parties are listed here. So I'm just going to grab this. All I have to do is click it, and it gets me the show link. And then I go open a new tab up here and right click and paste that show link in. And then, guys, I'll go to Timeless Romance Collection. And then on Timeless Romance Collection, I can actually do low to high. So now I already know kind of how I'm gonna build this cart. So I'm gonna tell this girl she's got to have some of these leopard earrings, and then she needs the new silver clear impression. We haven't had one in a while. And then she needs a Trudy in silver, one of my favorites, because she's gonna get this for $34, 2 necklaces. And now she can go get her Logan for $35. Sorry, I misspelled it. Okay, Logan. Okay, it's 132. She's gonna get that for 35 now. I'm gonna go stick one more half off item in there. Let's get the Raylan necklace. Of course, when I'm sharing, it's gonna have trouble. Okay, let's see. I'm wondering who else is on the computer right now. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to cart. Okay, so now I'm gonna view cart. Have I lost anyone yet? And how fast? I know I built that so quickly. But I'm gonna show you I've got 2 low priced items, $34.30. And now I've got 2 half off items. So really I could go back to Susie Q and tell her, just letting you know, you have 2 more half off items available in this cart, and you can shop the whole style drop section with no questions asked, right? So the style drop section is yours now. You've spent $40. Okay, so I would definitely tell her that because that's just upselling. And we don't make decisions for other people's spending habits. That's not our problem, right? We just offer and say the deal is out there. Okay. So now that's out there. And they also have a deal of the day they could grab. By the way, that's a Louis Vuitton inspired piece. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's a lot more expensive at Louis Vuitton. Okay, so now I'm going to share this cart. This is what I need you guys to watch and learn. This is kind of advanced, but here we go. So I've built this cart for my customer. Number one is I've made sure that I'm in my party. You're shopping with Megan for Megan. At your launch, you should be shopping with Cynthia for Cynthia, with Angel for Angel. If it just says Angel, we want to try to go find the party. Now we can find it by hitting change stylist here and go mess with it. But this is why I always say save your party link as new in your email. Okay. So now I'm going to go share this cart. Here's how I do it. Do you guys see this that says share here? So I'm going to hit share. Do I need to make it bigger? Let me just make it bigger just so I feel better because you guys are quiet. Okay. Here's the cart. I'm going to hit share right here. It wants me to sign back in. So it wants me to make sure Megan built this cart for Megan's back office. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to log in. Okay. And it says this is going to be cart number 5 or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and name it. So I'm going to say that I was building that for AJ Green. Okay. And I'm going to save it. And now I can just click to copy the URL here, or I can just right click and copy, and then I can go save it. So sometimes from the computer, it's like, well, now what? Like, I don't know. How do I mean, if you don't have a Mac, you can't text it to them. How do I get this to them? Well, the easiest way is Messenger, because all I would have to do is go into, I'm just going to drop it. The new people that aren't here are going to be like, what is going on? But I'm just going to go drop it in there. Just copy paste. That thing that we just made is in there. Now all they have to do is go click it and check out. But if you don't have that, then I go to my email and I don't email her. I just email myself and I call it AJ's cart. And then I right click copy or, paste and then send it. And then I go to my phone and I check my email and I copy and paste it into the text. I mean, so that's how I do it. If there's anyone that has any better things, but that's how you share a cart. And there is a video to watch to learn how to do that. So did I blow anyone's mind? How are we doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Okay. So I cannot tell you enough. Just play in there, like dream about all the jewelry you could buy. You join this group because you probably love the jewelry. So we come for the jewelry, we stay for the sisterhood. I mean, truly, that is really what goes on. And at some point we stay because it's like we make real money, right? So it's pretty nice. So, I know you love the jewelry, so go play in there and dream about all the jewelry you could buy and try to make the best deals you can. And then you just start learning, oh, that'll go well with that. Or if she likes Brighton, she's gonna like Raylan. You start learning those things later, right? So if she says I'm a Brighton girl, or if she says I'm a Louis Vuitton girl, then you're like, okay, well then you need the Posy for $24, right? That new set. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you learned how to do that. Okay. The last thing, returns are so gifted. So we're just going to do that later. They're not that hard. It's just that I think I don't want to blow your minds. So the next thing I'm going to teach you is a sandwich method and just where it is. Okay. Because these are the things like right now, you are building your contact list. So I can't suggest enough. I don't want to blow your minds. I mean, so we just said the 555 on Facebook. Your days could start with, like, let's say you have an hour for Park Lane. Start with your 555s to get your Facebook heated up. do 5 personal reach outs. And if you do them on Messenger, Dusty, and you're not getting any heads, that means no one's seeing it. So then you got to go figure out how else to do your personal reach outs. So 5 personal reach outs of some sort.
Is she frozen a lot?
Oh, am I freezing?
Yes. Okay, thank you. I just one of